Hey y'all, I'm back. So, I know y'all have seen on the news all the stuff that's going on. Texas snowstorm, freezing weather, people without power. Yes, all of those things and more. It was very interesting. It never gets this cold in Texas, well, in Houston, where I live near. What um what occurred was really strange, but we made it through. It usually snows here maybe every 5 years, but it never gets that cold. So I think it got down to like 18 degrees, which is very rare for this part of the country. And a lot of people in the South were not prepared for such cold temperatures. So a lot of pipes burst, but not in our house. We were very fortunate that nothing happened, except that we lost power for a few days. But then it became like a rolling blackout where the power would go in and out. But luckily, we had a gas fireplace and a gas stove and lots of blankets and coats and stuff like that. So we got to keep the house warm through the fireplace, and we could still cook and all that kind of stuff. And we had plenty of food, so we were safe and we were fine. We had wrapped the pipes prior to the freezing temperatures outside, the outside exposed pipes, and then we left the water like drizzling in the sinks and in the bathtub and in the shower so that it wouldn't freeze and like bust the pipes. So we did all that to prepare, and we made it through, and it was fine. And it was hard to text and get out to some people. I guess a lot of the towers were kind of down, but it was good. I made the best of it. I pretend I was like back in the old days before there was electricity. I lit candles, wrote letters, read by the fire. Sasha wrote stories. So we kind of took ourselves back to the olden days and pretended like we didn't have electricity to begin with. Well, in our imagination anyway. So the kids were okay. They were drawing and playing board games, and um, I was writing, drawing, lighting candles and doing all sorts of things, organizing. But it was fun after we were safe, of course. Some people weren't so fortunate. They got um, hit hard because of the pipes bursting in their homes or in their apartments or whatever. So that was terrible. But everything is kind of back to normal now. I think tonight is the last night of freezing temperatures, and all the snow is gone where I live anyway. So I'm happy about that. Things will be back to normal. It's going to be like 72 next week. So strange weather we're having. A lot of people were melting the snow on like social media, saying it was fake and it was sparking in their microwave. I'm sure it was. Weather modification is not a secret anymore, and they do put aluminum in there. It's part of the chemical. So, well, I don't know. It's probably gonna spark. Don't put it in the microwave. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't put that in my microwave. Um, Messing up my appliances. But honestly, um, I know a lot of other states got the same type of weather too, but not as bad as Texas, because it's not that it was bad. It's just that people weren't prepared because we're from the South, like where it doesn't get that cold. But so it wasn't really crazy, except people don't know how to. And a lot of buildings aren't built for those temperatures, so a lot of pipes aren't insulated, or walls aren't as insulated, or people don't know to like leave a drip on because they don't have to. So it's just that's probably why a lot of these things really happen, because people don't know how to um, weather, literally weather a snowstorm or freezing temperatures that cold. Um, yeah, it snows every 4 to 5 years, yeah, but it doesn't get that cold. That's true. Like it may get to like 20 something, but it never gets like 18 or 16 or something like that. Never gets those temperatures. But we're good. Luckily. I think that it's kind of cold in here right now. Because a window is right there. It's kind of cold now, but I have on the sweater. I'm gonna keep warm, and I have electricity and lights and all that kind of stuff. So we're good. I do believe that it was, a little plan. My conspiracy, of course. Beyonce comes out with her Icy Park gear a week before we get iced out. Ice me out. Y'all remember that? um, and it's all code anyway. Houston, Texas means friend. You know what friend is code for? I don't know if you do know. A co person that's inhabiting your mind with you. Your friend, your partner, your crown, your buddies, your friendships. Those things. So that's what Texas means, actually. Friend. Pray for Texas. Y'all know that little meme. Also, you know, Houston, the stone, the pineal gland, ice, crystals, frozen, ionosphere, all kind, code. It's fine. As long as people understand that it's not coincidence. If you're on my channel, you should already know that I think, I'm just going to show you. If you're on my channel, you already know what I'm going to say, right? I'm just going to have to spill it out, and just pronounce it, put the pronunciation on it. Everything is planned. Okay, there you go. If you don't believe that, you need to keep watching. If you don't believe it, wake up, baby. Everything. Nothing is coincidence. You can't even have a coincidence if you try. The rabbit hole is deep. You can't have a coincidence if you try. Like, I'm going to try to have a coincidence. Nope. That's not even a coincidence. Because according to astrology, or remember that dream you had, or remember that deja vu, you can't even have one. It won't make. And if you think you had one, somebody can probably prove you wrong, that it was all planned. So, right, so the rabbit hole runs deep. So this happens, it's a cycle. It happens all the time. It's just this time they chose this area. And also, y'all remember that movie Day After Tomorrow or thing like that? It was about the frozen there was like a flash freeze, and everything got frozen, and they had the guy had to go find his son, Jake Gyllenhaal or whatever. Anyway, and they had to run south, as southern as they can get, and they were crossing over into Mexico, trying to get into Mexico, and then they had the governor or the mayor fleeing to Mexico from Texas. They had, yeah, they had all that. But, and then I saw like stuff online where they actually have stuff that has flash frozen recently, like in some farmlands or something like that. It would be like frozen animals from a flash freeze. So they're definitely flash freezing things, because a lot of times when they try to get this weather manipulated, they may put too much of this or too much of that, or chemical wise, or it may get too cold and maybe they didn't, you know. So, and we already know that they manipulate weather. It's not conspiracy anymore. You can just look it up. It's there, especially Texas. Texas was one of the first people to admit and test weather modification. So we know that they do that all the time in Texas. So it's not unheard of. They do it every day, actually. Yeah, and if y'all are gonna be on my channel, we're not gonna talk in superstition over here. Like, it's fun, like around Halloween stuff, and when you want to just hear a good story, whatever. But like, if we're gonna be serious, I don't want to talk in superstition or like, do you think that yes, everything is planned, nothing is coincidence. Yes, they control the weather. We already know that. Is there something I can do about it? Probably not. I don't control whoever controls the machine or the chemicals or whatever. But they're all, like I said, there's always clues to help you prepare. Like, they don't just throw it out there. There's always clues. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's important to learn symbolism and how to decode, because they always give you clues before the stuff happens. You just have to know who to look at, what to look for, and that there's no such thing as coincidence. So when you see 3 clues in a row, it's time to act, baby. I saw clues. I mean, I always stay prepared though, but I saw clues. First clue I saw, usually they start them years in advance, but the first recent clue that I saw, was, of course, I mentioned it already. Her ads for her new winter wardrobe, they were all in the cold, in the mountains, Icy Park. She was, they were in the snow. She's from Houston, da, da, da. And, she's kind of been hidden all year on Instagram. She doesn't really come out and make too many posts, and she doesn't really say anything recently. But when she popped out with that, I was like, what? Icy Park? Like, what happened to Ivy Park? Like, I've never seen Icy Park before. Like, where is, why are you coming out with snow gear? And like, you're not out there snow skiing Beyonce. You from Texas, okay? It don't get this cold. Y'all live in LA. What the heck? Or wherever, So why are you coming out with it? Most people are not going to buy this. Why are you coming out with Icy? I mean, they're probably going to buy it now, but why are you coming out with Icy? What happened to Ivy? Why is all this winter gear? It's almost spring. When you come out with something like this, it's usually in the fall or, end of fall. So you can get your coats and stuff for Christmas, Thanksgiving, January. Why in February? I know February is supposed to be cold, but if you're gonna release winter stuff, it should be so people can buy it for Christmas. Da, da, da. So why now? Because right the week before she announces it. So, and she releases it on the Pisces, or the Pisces vesicle. Pisces vesicle, Pisces start. She released Icy. whatever was parked under the ice. So here's the two sides of the brain, or the Pisces vesicle, and then here is the pineal gland, right? So when you release Icy Park, when you release your friends or whatever, your Kundalini energy, your, you know, spirits or whatnot, it goes through your crystalline pineal gland and it's like ice. So it's like snow. You're going through the snow right here. This is going through the snow. And it's a snowstorm because everybody's releasing all these old energies. And now they're ready to begin a new age or a new clean slate. But the ice was like a mass, what they call a mass exodus of these energy. If you look on Instagram, you'll notice that a lot of celebrities are posting memes about let that stuff go, new beginnings. They're posting monkeys everywhere. Monkeys represent that crown that's on their head, or that monkey on their back, or that friend, or that they have, that co-person. So you're going to see a lot of monkeys everywhere. Gorilla Glue Girl. I think P Diddy posted something about some type of ape today. Just look around. Chris Brown released his remix Go Crazy with new people on it with interesting verses. And so you just have to look around. That's what it was. It's like it's all a ritual. It's all an occult ritual. They modify the weather to enhance the people's vocabulary to say certain things over and over, like pray for Texas. Okay. Pray for Texas means pray for the friends that are going to be released, that they find a new home, or that they find safety, or that they find a warm body. Okay. Now I already knew this, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. So when they say pray for Texas, they pray for the friends that have been released out into the, that these energies get a new home or get warm or whatever. So I know another place got hit. I think it was, I know Tennessee was hit pretty hard, a lot of snow, right? So this is what I think of Tennessee, like 10 IC. But 10 actually reduces to 1. 1 IC, 1 IC, 1 IC, 1 IC. See? So it's all, there's no such thing as coincidence. They do this on purpose. So it is what it is. Just stay prepared so you don't have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. There you go. Keep plenty of food stuff in case your electricity goes out, stuff in case you're caught in a snowstorm or a hurricane. I got life rafts. I mean, not life. I have life, those orange life jacket things. I have life jacket things. I have bags already packed in case we gotta run, like head out. I just grab a bag. I have flashlights, wind up radio flashlight, charger things that you can charge to charge your phone. I got like those little rations of like the nasty protein stuff that they sell, where like if you're stranded somewhere and you don't have no food, you can eat off that. And I have it like in a big backpack. I got stuff to start fires with, like if you're out in the wilderness. So I got all of that. It's not really paranoid. It's just having stuff if you should need it, I got it. I mean, we got other junk that we don't need. This is what you really got to think about. People always say, oh, you're paranoid, but you got stuff you don't need. But then when the time comes, you're going to need something that you don't have. So I'd rather have stuff that I might need rather than stuff that I don't need. So it came in handy, a lot of the stuff that I had, stored away. But luckily we had it. We had a little radio because we were cut off, so I had a little radio. I could hear the news and all that kind of stuff. We had a bunch of blankets in the closet because I buy blankets every time. Like the kids ask for a blanket, I buy. We have like 20 blankets for no reason. Just 20 blankets. They came in handy. But yeah, I think a lot of people kind of only think about today and not tomorrow or what could happen just in case. And I got kids, so I have to. I can't just be like, oh, well, I'll deal with it when I deal with it. The grocery stores were super packed. Like you had to get in there early, like the day before the storm hit in order to even get anything because it was already stuff selling out. Thank you, Craig Wright. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate that. So yeah, we had to like definitely get in there and get stuff, but like, we didn't really need much. I just got like the stuff that we didn't have, but and I didn't know it was going to be this serious. So, but we made our little vegan gumbo and we had plenty of food and all that kind of stuff to last throughout. A lot of people were saying the grids are going to go down. There's going to be a food shortage. Da, da, da. Well, it did happen. So the grid went down in Texas because it's like independent of the rest of the country. So the grid went down in Texas because of the ice. And there was a food shortage because everybody went and bought up all the food in the grocery store and in preparation. And whoever got there late, got there late, There was a governor or as a mayor, one of the mayors of Texas, I don't know which city, but he had to resign because he was like, he does not, let me see, I have it on my phone. He was upset because people were asking him for, I'll just read it, hold on. Texas mayor resigns after telling residents desperate for power and heat, only the strong will survive. Y'all know that was cool. He said, Texas mayor has resigned. Okay, so this is what it says. Texas mayor has resigned after seemingly telling residents to fend for themselves in a Facebook post amid a deadly, record-breaking winter storm that left much of the state without power on Tuesday. No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during these trying times. He said, sink or swim, it's your choice. He was giving out that tough love. That wasn't even no love. That was just tough words. But you have to think about it. It is true. But he resigned. It was insensitive, but it was true. It's not our responsibility. Y'all knew what was coming. The Weather Channel told y'all. Beyonce told y'all. The news told y'all. Y'all better do what y'all got to do. So, and that's just the truth. Like they can't save everybody. They're not going to be able to save you. Save yourself. Stop. You remember my message that I was saying that they're trying to do to stop getting you to depend on them. It's like you're free now. Get free. Yeah, he said no hands out, no handouts. He said he can't stand people that want a handout. But like for so many people, you got to be responsible for yourself. That's how it used to be in the old days, right? Be responsible for yourself. You can't always go to some person and say, it's your job to make sure we are all right. No, it ain't. You're going to sit there and look silly because they're not going to care. It's your job to take care of yourself, your kids, your family, A, B, C, and D. And I think a lot of the situations like this are also making you more responsible and to think and to plan and to make better decisions in your future from now on. You see it, ride or die. Right. Right. A lot of this stuff has been planned, and it's okay because like people that know. Like you'll see a lot of the people that knew go to the islands, go to the beach. You saw a lot of people traveling to different places right before all this happened, especially if you are on Instagram. A lot of the celebrities are in tropical places right now. Um, so there you go. The other sign I saw, um, it's, I'm trying to read some of these. There was a few more signs that I saw, like everybody going to the tropics all at the same time. Like, why y'all going on vacation now? Like, it's not spring break. Why y'all all heading to the tropics? What's going on? Yeah, why y'all headed out of the states? Like I saw like so many celebrities leave out of state to the tropics. I'm like, okay, it ain't spring break. Why y'all just breaking out in the middle right before Valentine's Day? Y'all ain't got no Valentine. Why y'all going alone? Y'all know the beach is code for, the ionosphere to go in and out. Um, so, but they're choosing like, why now? Something happened. So that was another thing. Like I was suspicious. Like why y'all all leaving at the same time? Mm-hmm. Um. Okay, I see something finna go down. Okay. Um. Just go look. You said 10 people that went to Cancun and they had round trip flights for 150. Yep, they were trying to tell you. And you know what? It's terrible because like power was in and out, right? And I have like I watch a few like stocks that I'm invested in on my apps on my phone. I'm like trying to text people. I was like asking the stock number, like how much is it now? As soon as power go on, I rush to the app on the phone. Like if it was a rolling blackout, I would rush to the app on the phone and see what it was, see how much money I made or lost. Then I would rush to my emails and try to fulfill all my dropship orders. And then like 10 minutes later, all the lights would go back out again. And I was like, phew, I just finished. I was doing my Level Up Cosmetics order by candlelight, like putting the stuff in the packages. And I just sent them out this morning because the post wasn't open and running until this morning. But I would get in and hurry up and do my stuff online, and then as soon as I was like done, it would go out. So thank you, Kiki. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What should we invest in on Cash App? You suggest. I haven't been really using Cash App. I've been on E-Trade lately, but I do have some stuff in Cash App. Nothing serious though. E-Trade is probably going to be better because you could get you get more options of stuff that they don't have on Cash App. So I would download E-Trade. It's free. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said Disney and Nike. The CCIV is what I'm investing in. A lot. It's gone up so much. I mean, like 3,000 in one day on it. They went up to that much. Okay, so, but I have to keep checking. That's a terrible thing. You gotta be connected somehow, some way. Anyway, so I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose any money. So everything worked out for me. And of course, it was during the week of Valentine's. So like nobody got to go and, do anything because we were frozen and we couldn't drive, or even, if we did drive, the stores were closed. So it's like the kids got some chocolate covered strawberries and stuff because I planned ahead and got some stuff way before that. Um, yeah, but we're good. And yes, it was all orchestrated once again. And I got, I don't know if anybody watched my other channel. I got a nice little surprise and gift in the mail from someone, and for Valentine's Day, so that was very nice. But it was cool to pretend like I was back in the old days with no electricity. You have to do everything when it's daylight. You said the storm was an arrow. The arrow, it was a shape like an arrow. It was weird, right? Okay. Also, is it buffering? I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Am I back? Okay. Am I going to get a generator? I'll probably get one now because I mean we live near Houston. There's always hurricanes anyway, so it would be a smart investment. But like, I would have to find one that doesn't run off gas. I'm gonna try to find one that doesn't run off gas if they have a solar one, because I don't trust anybody. Just what if I'm asleep and someone doesn't understand the instructions or forgets or whatever, and I wake up dead? No. Of carbon monoxide poison. Until they make like a solar one or something like you can charge it, or I don't know. So I don't really want a gas one. I know you're supposed to leave it outside, but somebody gonna bring it in like an idiot. Somebody gonna forget. Somebody's going to think they know this or that. A kid could do it, when I'm not home. You never know. I think it's a dangerous thing to keep in a house with kids and people that may forget stuff or may not, read the instructions and listen or whatever. So no, I don't want a generator. You said portable generator, Amazon? Yeah, they make a solar one. They got a solar? Okay, well then I'll get the solar one. I gotta find it. Yeah, somebody said it was gonna be a dark winter. Gonna be a dark winter. Yeah, that was Biden, remember? And then Biden not forgiving student debt up to 5K, 50K. Like, nope. No reparations, no forgiveness. But I don't know if y'all saw my meme on Instagram. That's why y'all need to follow me on Instagram, SheRaSeven. I posted like the decode of what reparations really meant, because a lot of y'all are manifesting the opposite of what you really want. Believe me. A lot of you guys are like, oh, well, we want reparations. You don't. If you know what it meant, you don't want it. You don't want no reparations. Believe. Because you don't even really know what it means. So I'm gonna break it down on what a reparation is. I'm gonna copy my meme since I'm so good. So reparations, the base word is reparate, which means to make good and to make working. So good, we know, is code for eumelanin. And to keep working or make working. So to keep the Black people working. That's what reparate means. To keep good and working. Or yeah. Then you have, the 40 acres and a mule. So you have 40 acres and a mule. Y'all know what that is, right? 4D arcs and a hybrid worker. Because y'all know a mule is a hybrid, right? So y'all know the certain injections that supposedly have certain things in them are like the animals that will go inside of Noah's Ark. So we have 4D, which is us, quantum, 4D arcs, and a hybrid worker. That means one that's the in between. Like, it's kind of like when you want to, it's kind of like you have blue, red, you got blue and red, right? And then right here would be the hybrid, which would be purple. So in order to communicate or to blend these two, you need the purple in order to bring both sides into the middle. So it's kind of like the hybrid worker works for both sides, or they allow both sides to become immune. You know what I'm saying? So 4D acre, no, 40 acres is 4D arcs, and a mule is a hybrid worker. So Drake would be a mule. Anybody mix, basically. RH negative and RH positive would be a mule. You know, if you had a baby with a man and who was RH positive and you was RH negative, you'd have to get the ROGAM shot because you're not able to properly mate because you are a different species or have a different blood type that usually, won't come to term because your body will reject it. So that's the mule part of it. So it has to do with blood, could also do with race, whatever. So reparations is not you getting money because of slavery. Reparation is actually the opposite of that. It's it's secretly allowing different people's DNA and RNA into your body as like an arc, and then using the hybrids or using hybrids as a way to introduce them. So they're going to take the DNA of a hybrid person or a mule, put the DNA of this race into it, and since the hybrid has your race in it, it will sync up, and this one will be hidden within this, and now you have some friends aboard your ark. Okay, now you have a friendship. You got an ark with some inhabitants, and so that's what reparations is. That's why Joe Biden said, "I'm not going to give you no reparations." That means you're not going to be forced. I'm not going to give you any of this. So to me, he was saying that the vaccinations will definitely be by choice. They're not going to be forced. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all can look them up, Calvin, but rabbit usually means fertility or raw bit. A bit of raw. Okay. And the snow, pineal gland, crystalline. Okay. You need a little raw in your snow. And a witch is the hybrid. This just in case y'all didn't know. A witch represents a hybrid. So, I know a lot of people use all these words the wrong way, which is why people have to figure out code, because a lot of the English language is code, and they give you a definition, but there's also etymology behind it. There's also several definitions for one word, but the one definition that you get and that you memorize is the one that you use and understand. A lot of people don't go and research and look further into what words really mean in order to decode. They just think they already know. So definitely would not go by what I think I know, but I would do the actual research if I think I see some code in something. So the witch represents a hybrid. Okay. Because I looked it up. So witch is not witch. It was originally bitch with a V. Okay. Just go look it up. You'll see. So witch represented a hybrid, someone who was able to a man or a woman. It didn't have to be female. I know everybody says, "Oh, witch means wise woman." Da 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 da. But if you break it down etymology wise and understand that the first letter used to actually be a V and then TH, you would see that it's basically a hybrid. Mm-hmm. Um, Start with the best way to start learning code. I have videos on that I've done this year. Y'all can just go look through some of my videos, the live videos. Also, book of symbolism. A book of symbols. Definitely, you need to know alchemy, the processes of alchemy. You need to know, like, it just goes deep. Everything is coded, so you're just gonna have to learn how to decode everything. There's layers to it. There's basic code, which is symbols. There's occult code. There's like Freemason code, Illuminati code. There's like the fraternal order code, the stuff that the government uses to give out clues and hints way ahead of time, the stuff that they put in movies. So there's different layers, but you got to start off with just the basics first, and then you'll keep learning more and more. Okay. Yeah, I'm not worried. The one thing that I'm not worried about is any injections. So I don't worry about that. Period. Um, I don't worry about any injection. I'm not one of those people that worry because I prepared ahead of time. That's what I kept telling y'all for years to do. If y'all been on my channel for years, y'all should have heard me by now. Get your own business. Why would I come on a spiritual channel or my other channel and talk about starting y'all's own businesses? Because some people aren't going to be able to do certain things because some corporations, not law, but some corporations are going to make it mandatory. If you want to work there, you got to be getting some stuff done, some injections. It's not the law, but it's their policy. Okay, so, and people are so enslaved that they feel as if they don't have a choice, or they have to go find a new job or take a pay cut or whatever. But I was telling you guys years ago, get your own business and you don't have to get nothing done. So I was saying that for a reason, because I knew, or work for yourself or work from home where you don't have to go anywhere. Find a career where you don't have to abide by certain things, because I knew that corporations and certain things were going to require people to do things that they're not comfortable with. And either you do it or you don't work, or you don't work there anyway. But what it's going to do, it's going to push a lot of people to open their own business or to find another way, which is also going to help you become more free in your thinking and more independent. And yeah. What about health insurance? What about it? You can get some independent health insurance, can't you? Like, you can just call up a place and say, "Hey, I need some insurance. How much is it going to be?" And pay it. Right? You can call up an insurance place and pay them to have insurance. Right? Did you know they could control the weather? I've been knowing that for a long time. Y'all need to go back and watch my old videos from like 2018, 2017, where I show actual photos of the weather manipulation over where I live. Like, I have all of that. Go to like my videos from 2018, maybe on my Facebook too. I don't know. You'll definitely see a lot of the videos and the photos of the sky and the weather manipulation and me talking about it. Um, what about Bitcoin? I don't know. Yeah, I had to talk cryptonomics about that one. I okay. I live in my own little bubble. I'm out of touch with reality. No, I'm not. I'm super in touch because I don't have to deal with that because I've already prepared because I already knew what was coming. Y'all would have listened to people instead of calling them crazy and paranoid. Y'all, I totally in touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? I said everybody won't be able to use the internet without a chip implant. What? Don't you already have a chip implant? No, it's always going to be free will. Or find another way. You know? There's always going to be free will or find another way. You have a choice. Like, y'all act like y'all don't have a choice. So we have all this time now to get paid and get rich until we don't need the internet no more. Okay, make a bunch of money on the stock market, save, get a bunch of money, invest in this. Okay, who needs the internet? I'm done. You know, there are old people, senior citizens living on a fixed income who have way less than a lot of people who were prepared, saved, invested, bought real estate. You know, they have a lot less than people that have all those things and was prepared because they understood what was coming years ago and they try to tell people what to do and people just like, oh, well, not everybody's meant to do that. Yeah, well, I guess everybody's meant to get a chip. Right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm good, baby. I'm good. Thank goodness. It was only 2 days. So, right, we got to understand, like, you can't just blow people off when they're talking about stuff and it's not relevant at the time because it will be soon. You say I need internet. You can get internet. You just get somebody else's Wi-Fi. I told y'all you won't need internet because the 5G and the wireless energy will be able to flow through you and you'll just be able to pick up on it, like ESP. Okay. Some people will need implants, but not all people. You know what I mean? Electromagnetic frequencies, crystalline, electromagnetic. We are the technology. We are a chip. Everything that's in the chip is already in us. So why do you think people are trying to inject other people within us? Because it's called a quantum tunnel. It's the physical version of a quantum tunnel. So, you know, you have certain people that are extra electromagnetic and some people that are less electromagnetic, right? And if you're able to pick up on a frequency because you're extra electromagnetic and receive certain information, and some people can't pick up on that frequency because they don't have enough to receive it, then they go without it. You see? So if you want to be able to pick up on that, you quantum tunnel or you get on somebody's arc so that your RNA is now attached to their DNA and you will get a signal in your DNA when this person over here receives information. Then through the sequence of their DNA getting activated, then your DNA through the RNA will get activated. So it's kind of like a quantum tunnel. So if you don't get these injections, if certain people don't get these injections to hook and link the RNA to the DNA, then some people won't get the downloads. You see, it's all a trick. And people, there was this doctor, and he was saying that these injections are the reparations. That's why they're free, because it simply means you're going to be working as an ARC and a mule. You're going to be working as a 4D ship and a mule, or a hybrid worker, to allow info to be shared that only you are supposed to be getting. Period. So you can get it if you want to. If you would like to, it's up to you. And here's the thing, it's free will. Like, do you want to be a conductor? Do you want to be a link? Do you want to be Wi-Fi? Do you want to be a router? Do what you gotta do. I will get internet because I can pick up on it. Like, you ever had a dream, or you ever think about something and then all of a sudden it shows up on your phone? Because you're connected already. Brain waves, thoughts are waves, and it can pick up on things. Technology can do that now. They're not going to tell you until everybody figures it out. And then they're going to start to come out with all this science. Oh yeah, your thoughts produce a certain frequency and wave pattern that when it goes into this, field, it's interpreted as this information, which is exactly the things that you were thinking about. That's all it is. And they already proved that. That's not conspiracy, that's proof. And people just don't read the technology that's out now, and so they don't know. People learn to go within to get information they seek. Worrying about man-made tactics will leave them in a loop. Sprinkle. Yeah, you're gonna have to go within, but yeah, you're gonna go within, but also you can be stimulated from without. That's the point. Like, that they're trying to figure out, like, if there is information coming from somewhere else or from within yourself that you're picking up on, they'll be able to pick it up on what's coming from within you as well. So either way you look at it, it's kind of like spying, or getting what you are supposed to have within, or which only you're supposed to pick up on. Okay, they said they're going to separate. They have already passed laws. Good, bye. Who wants to be around? Honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Bye. They separated people for other reasons before that. So who cares? I really could care less. I don't be around people anyway. Right? Y'all keep on talking about them FEMA camps. Y'all so silly. Yeah, if FEMA camps were real, the homeless would be lined up to get in a FEMA camp, baby. And I talked about that on a whole nother video. Y'all got to think about money. Go ahead, all them homeless people under the bridge, sure like a FEMA camp right about now. Okay. No. It's just fear tactics, because they put fear into you to make you make a choice. It's still your free will, though. I'm not scared. Like, I don't care. I got land somewhere. I go live there. Who cares? We don't need them. They need us. Believe. Just y'all keep thinking the opposite. We don't need them. They need us. Without us, they have no economy. Without us, they have no working anything. They don't have stores. They don't have consumerism. They don't have any of those things. So the only thing they have is the control and the fear tactics to make you decide what you're going to do because you're scared of something that will never happen. Oh, I heard. Oh, they making law. They making. How many laws do they have that are followed? There's so many ridiculous laws that are never followed or enforced. It's ridiculous. So they can make all the laws they want. That don't mean people are going to follow them. And if enough people aren't following them, the law will be thrown out eventually, or, changed. So who cares? All that stuff can be changed. Ain't nothing set in stone, period. Mm-hmm. You said the homeless live on donations. Exactly. So if these FEMA camps are so eager to put people in them for not taking a vaccination or whatever, don't you think a homeless person would say, I don't want a vaccination. Y'all gonna put me in a FEMA camp, 3 meals a day and a warm bed? Y'all can do that for me? No, only the people that don't choose to do what? Well, I'm one of those people. It doesn't make sense. I think we have to think stuff through instead of just taking what they say. You got to think things all the way through instead of just accepting things. I don't accept anything except gifts and money. Everything else, I got to check it out. Sorry. I don't have a false sense of anything. I'm smart. That's all it is, baby. I think outside the box. Okay, let me humble myself. Go back to 2018 and go watch my videos. I've been trying to tell y'all. Just because y'all don't listen, or y'all are new, or y'all weren't up on the game back then, or y'all weren't reading the books that y'all should have been reading, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm here now to tell you, and you need to listen. Get your own business. Write it down. Stay prepared for whatever. Everything is free will. Stop being scared. There you go. They need us. We don't need them. Period. Write that down. Follow the money. There you go. Everybody should have an emergency stash. Everybody should have a prepared kit. You got Band-Aids? You got jumper cables? You got a savings account? Because I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, do y'all have priorities in the correct order? This is why, this is why he said the strong survive. What do y'all do when y'all get some extra money? What y'all do with it? That's what I'm asking. It ain't my fault y'all be doing stupid stuff with y'all money, okay? It ain't my fault y'all stay not listening to people. Okay? It's not my fault. That's y'all's fault. Get your priorities in order. Stop wasting your money and put it on something that's going to save you in the future. You said, what about candles? I got 1 million candles. Well, I have a lot. I got matches, candles, flint, fire makers, lighters. I even know how to make. Yeah, I got firewood. So, I mean, if something go down, I'm good. There are people that sell firewood because that's their business. They'll deliver it to your house. All you gotta do is go and look up online a firewood salesman or whatever. Call that number. They come in a big old truck and drop it off. And you have a big old stack of firewood in your garage, period. You don't ever have to leave your house to go buy firewood. You don't have to get some from the grocery store. You just got the pile. I order groceries online, so I just order as much as I want because I ain't got to carry it. Order extra every time, and then you have a stockpile of food just in case. We gotta be smart now. I can't just be making excuses anymore. We can't spend our money on stupid, frivolous stuff anymore. Anyway, And if if you stock up, you got everything you need, then you can spend your money on, enjoy life and stuff like that. But make sure you taken care of and your family's taken care of just in case, whatever. Mm-hmm. Right. Mothers will make a way, right? Mm-hmm. Someone says get gold and silver, right? Yeah, I was thinking about getting me some bars. Look, I'm sorry if y'all think I'm detached. I'm not detached. I look ahead and I prepare and I plan. That's what they always say about people who are well prepared. If I was so detached, I'd be just worse situation as some other people. But y'all already know I'm a conspiracy theorist and I'm suspicious of everything. So I'm already gonna be prepared. Hey Sasha, hey baby.
Can I get my charger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be taking my charger. Yeah. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. So stop calling people out of touch and say, no, we've been in touch for years. Now it's just paying off. Okay, don't be mad because y'all ain't figured it out yet. Right. Exactly. Detached would be the ones that didn't think ahead, worrying about what they're going to do next. Right. So Sasha was disguising her voice, acting silly. Talking like, oh man. Stock on food prices going up, plus famine is coming. Well, famine is code for something too, but we're like, this is why you got to learn how to decode, so you know what's real, what ain't. But stay prepared. Like if you think famine is coming, what you gonna do? Do you have a plan for if the famine comes? Do you have a bunch of food? If you believe that, then your pantry should be full, right? At all times. Period. Then if you believe that, what should you do? You should have what? Some seeds, right? If you believe famine is coming, what should you do? Then go do that. And that's what people need to do. Like instead of talking about it, go be about it. And then if it comes or when it comes, then you'll not have to ever worry. And you then too will also seem delusional and detached because you sitting over here fat, gaining weight while people losing weight. Okay. There you go. That's something I don't apologize for it because it's actually backwards. Make sure you get ahead this time. Ta-da. Yeah, I had a bunch of flashlights, batteries, everything. It's like whatever was needed, I had it. Like, how those people that have those giant purses and somebody needs something, they just reach in that purse and grab it? That's me. I got everything I need. Right. But when times are good, times are good. But when stuff hit the fan or orchestrated, I got that too. I'm good when times is good and good when times are bad. That's how you gotta be. What can you eat without lights and gas? Buy it. Yeah, that's true. Or you can go, like, if you have a backyard, you can go make a fire in the backyard and cook. You can cook in the fireplace. You can cook with candles. Be smart and you can find a way. I thought in America the Ozarks would be the place to go. Mm-hmm. How do you stay healthy during these times? Don't drink, don't do drugs, eat less meat and dairy. Don't eat less dairy and eat less meat. Don't do drugs and don't drink. Best way to keep your immune system up. How can we be as positive as you prepare? Like, think about it. There was a time when I wasn't so prepared or positive, and this is where a lot of worry and anxiety begins because you don't have everything covered. What if this happens? What if that happens? Can I do this? Can I do how? You know. Well, I was reading. I don't know what book it was. Probably I don't know. But how do you alleviate all these thoughts in your head? Take care of them. Solve the problems. You know. And once those problems are solved, no matter what happens, you could like, ooh, I can't. Even though it's an inconvenience, something bad happens, you're covered. You have provisions, you have whatever you need to survive plus more. And so you don't ever worry. And so you can do like I did and pretend like you were living in the days before electricity because you have everything because you prepared because you were worried a while back, and instead of staying in that worry or letting that worry come off and on, you took care of it and you continue to take care of it so that it never comes back. That was my worst nightmare. It was years ago. I think I was like in my early 30s. I used to have nightmares of not being able to, like, I used to have nightmares about, like, not being able to help my kids or feed them, or like they were walking around with, like, it was like apocalyptic or whatever. And they were just like helpless because I wasn't prepared. And so after I had that dream, that's when I went to work. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get everything, and if I never use it, I never use it. I'll sell it on eBay or whatever. But I know I'm gonna know. I know I'm gonna use stuff one day. I'm gonna have enough money to do whatever I need to go wherever I need to go, when I need to go, and I'm gonna do this, and that. So the dream never returned. The anxiety, the worry never returned because it was taken care of. Period. So always remember that you can take care of this in advance. Done. And you're not detached. You just took care of it long before it happens. You said anxiety comes from in-laws. So yeah, it's not a game. If you have dreams like that, especially if you have prophetic dreams, sometimes you need to act on it now, not 10 years from now, not 2 years from now, but now. It might take you a while to be able to get all the things that you need in order from the time that you have your prophetic dream or your intuition or your sign or whatever. That means start now. Like, y'all read Noah's Ark and whatever, like the signs or whatever. Oh, the signs. Follow the signs, follow the signs, follow your dreams, follow your intuition. It's there for a purpose. Okay, it's trying to tell you something. Don't ignore it. I didn't ignore it. And that's why I'm exactly where I am today, because I don't ignore my intuition. That's the worst thing to ignore. If you're going to ignore somebody that's not going to do anything for you. Ignore somebody that's talking trash. Ignore someone who's not benefiting your life. But do not ignore your intuition. Mm-hmm. I dreamed of collecting gold coins. Wonderful. That's a good dream. Mm-hmm. How do you protect your crown? Think for yourself. That's number one. Number one. That's how you protect your crown. Think for yourself. Do your own research. That's number one. Okay, because not protecting your crown is the equivalent of being put into the sunken place. Think for self, prepare, take care of yourself. Don't depend on nothing to get you through but you. Period. Period. Don't depend on them people. Oh, if something happened, they'll come get us. Nope. What if something happened to them? Oh, well, if something happens, the government, nope. The government, they may or may not come through. So what you gonna do? So make sure, and this is not fear tactics because, like I said, 10 years ago, I was already starting to prepare for anything. It don't matter what it was. It could have been anything. It could have been whatever. It doesn't matter. It could be a hurricane. It could be a tornado. These things happen all the time. This is not something like that is rare. Government shutdown, this, that, or the other. Something is going to happen because of the law of rhythm. Universal law. The pendulum must swing this way and then it must swing back. Either way, it could be a fun ride if you are prepared. You got some good grip, some gloves to grip on. It's a swing. It's like what goes up must come down. So get prepared. You got to ride a bike uphill. You got to need the muscles. Then when you try to go downhill, you got to be able to have more control and balance so you don't fall off. Get your stuff. Said Gorilla Glue. Ashera, did you ever have time to check out WandaVision? No, I hadn't had time to do that yet, but I'm gonna try to check it out soon. The government have families too. If it comes down to their families and yours, who do you think that they're choosing, right? And sometimes it's not about choice; it's about the plan. The whole plan is, it's whoever's prepared, prepare. Whoever's not, oh well, bye. Sometimes the plan is the purge, or the lesson in the purge. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't realize that that's what it is. The lesson is, did you get the message? Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand that only the strong survive? Do you understand that, this is literally the weekend, the end of the week, the end of the WEAK. Get it in order. We're not babysitting you anymore. You are grown. You should have evolved by now. You have intuition. We've given you codes, clues. You got the internet. Come on. This is what they're trying to do. Like, so many people are babies and lazy and they don't do any research. They just rather, not go and figure out stuff, and they'll just waste time and do something frivolous. But then there's some people that will do it, and then they'll definitely be thankful that they did later on when other people are not. It's like the story of the ant and the grasshopper. It's the same story over and over. It's just over and over, the same lesson over and over. How many times do y'all need to learn it or be told the same story? And that's just all it is. I don't care. You said your husband think you crazy. I'd rather be crazy and prepared than sane and unprepared. Okay. I don't care if you think you're crazy. You're gonna be crazy when you're right. Don't let people that think you crazy get in your way, because they're just in the way. Period. Half the people that invented the stuff that you depend on today were thought to be crazy. Oh, you're crazy for thinking that you can do A, B, C, and D. And look, years later, it's invented and everybody's using something like that. You're crazy to think that you can talk to somebody in 2 seconds from way across the world. Okay, well, now it's happening. People are crazy until crazy is correct. Just because they can't figure out, or they can't see it, or their intuition isn't as strong as yours, or they didn't receive certain information that you picked up on, don't mean you crazy. It means that it wasn't meant for them. It's meant for you. So you do something about it. It's not for them to do anything about it. They didn't get the message. They don't have your thoughts. You're supposed to do stuff about it, not them. The task wasn't given to them. The task was given to you. If they get in the way, push them. I don't care if you think I'm crazy, move. The crazy man always at the end of the movie and comes out right? He's like, oh yeah, that crazy dude, he was correct. So just do your crazy thing. I mean, people literally thought I was mental. No, fool, you just can't decode. No, fool, you just don't know what's going on. I'm not mental. You're asleep. You're sleepwalking. So, in everything always checks out correct. And you can't call that crazy, right? This is why they talk in code because this is why they talk in code because if someone tries to tell you what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down, oh, you're crazy. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, you know what? Let me just put it on an episode of Simpsons, and when y'all fools wake up and catch on, then whatever. Oh, well, let me just make some videos and review this book about everything that's getting ready to go down because it's gone down several times before and it's going to repeat itself because it's a cycle because it's all planned. Let me see if y'all get it. This is what a lot of people do. They'll put it in movies. They'll put it in shows. They'll give you books to read. They'll, put news stories together. They'll reenact it out in a play or something like that. And it's the same message over and over. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, you said crazy is a high vibrational word, right? Crazy just means cracked, different, like different spaces in between. Interdimensional. There you go. Mm-hmm. Shiva, how do you feel about The Simpsons? I feel like if everything is planned already, there's books written with the plan in it. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, the plan has already been written. The future is already written. They're executing the future. They are acting out the future by doing certain things. It's already written. You're just in the movie. This is like a movie. And the screenplay has already been written and you're just an extra. And they didn't tell you what was going to happen because they didn't want you to spoil it. But some people already know the story. They done peeped at the screenplay and they know. That's just kind of what it is. And they'll leave hints and clues around to make the movie more interesting, to see who's going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. You said foil your head. It don't make a difference to foil your head because they're dropping aluminum chemicals with aluminum in it from the weather modification anyway, so it don't matter. Go outside when it's raining. There you go. Get some aluminum in your hair. It's all planned. Everything you see on the news is planned. Everything, not one thing, but everything. Especially CNN and stuff. All that national stuff has already been planned. But it's okay. Like, so many people have known this from a long time ago. Like, never did it just start getting planned. Never. It was planned when your mom was a child. It was a plan when your grandmama was a child. They wrote in the newspapers. It was all planned. It's already been this way since forever. So don't think that it's not. Just understand that it is, and then you'll be fine. Do what you got to do to prepare. Don't take everything so seriously, and things will be fine. That's literally what it will be. Like what you say, you hear Biden talk about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's code for something else. So Y'all, okay, if you want to know about that, cryptonomics, remember that book I told you about? The Murder of Reality? They talk about it in there. There's a priesthood that focuses on a certain word. I don't like to say it on here because it's like it'll flag the video, and it really means something else. Like a lot of things that you think mean this really mean that. It's all code for something, but it's in the Murder of Reality by Peter Sabat or Sabat or Sabat. That's how I pronounce the name. It's all in there. So, mm-hmm. How am I so calm? I'm prepared. I don't know. I have so much junk. Like I have so many books. If the internet went down, I still can figure stuff out. I got a bunch of candles stacked. Y'all know, flashlight. Well, batteries anyway. Wind up flashlights where you don't even need a battery. I'm calm because there's nothing that I'm not prepared for. I got money, so I'm prepared. I got a lot of clothes for any situation. Even if I have to play dress up, I got all of that too. So I'm prepared. I don't know. I'm calm because I don't worry. That's that's how I can. I don't worry because I have an answer. I have the solution. I don't know. That's why I'm not worried. Um, how can you worry when you got the solution? When I get, hmm I agree with everything that you're saying. I always keep survival necessities. I appreciate you sharing information. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, like, I appreciate that. But, like, think about the old days before technology was so rampant. People had to do the same stuff anyway. Like, because, like, especially also if you live in the country, far away from a lot of stuff, you have to pretty much become more independent and keep stuff there because you can't easily go get it. So, people in the country know. People a long time ago know that you can't call 911 in the middle of the night because they didn't have that a long time ago. You can call your doctor, and if you feel like getting up, he might come over and see what you're talking about in a few hours, but you might be dead by then. So most people knew natural remedies. They knew how to do emergency procedures or whatever. They had midwives instead of going to the emergency room. They had a stack of firewood in case they got snowed in. They prepared way ahead of time and kept it stacked wherever. They weren't like it is now. So, and they would have to get through rough time. They didn't have the Weather Channel. So they had to stay prepared. Right? And so, I mean, it's in your DNA. Your ancestors had to do it. They didn't complain about, I don't want to waste my time chopping this wood or, jarring these vegetables. They did it because they knew they was going to need it eventually anyway. So that's how we have to do, even though we think we know everything. You could plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Y'all remember that Outkast song? I am for real. So, might as well prepare. They were on the rooftops. Everybody was saying, oh, that's like predicting Katrina on that video. They were trying to like fix the problem after it was too late. They weren't prepared. You can't fix the problem after it's already too late. You need to prepare and prevent the problem from ever happening. It's the law of cause and effect. Be the cause to the effect that you want. What is the effect that you want? If you live by universal law, you will never worry. Be like, okay, well, I got that taken care of. If this happened, I got this. If this happened, I got that. da da da, you know. So you'll never have to worry. Yeah, I ordered another one of his books from his website, Peter. No, Pierre. Did I say Peter? I'm so sorry. Pierre Savage. I ordered another book from his thing about his website about the secret happenings and language. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just pretend like anything could happen and be prepared for it. That's all I can tell you. Look, Sharknado. They made a movie called Sharknado. Okay. Do you think those people were prepared for a Sharknado? I remember that stupid movie. But that just goes to show you anything is possible. So just be prepared for whatever. Okay. That movie was hilarious. I think it was meant to be like serious, and then it was so stupid that they made the other ones, like the sequels, even more stupid on purpose. Hmm. You said Bill Gates is predicting or giving you hints and clues that there will be a climate disaster. Hmm. Okay, he's not predicting nothing. He telling y'all, look at here. Y'all better get yourself together. That's not no prediction. That's straight up telling you. Somebody was telling me the other day, so many people are moving from California to Texas for a reason too. Slowly but surely, a lot of the famous people are leaving. When the famous people start leaving, it's time to go. Bye. You see famous people leaving, you better leave too, because they know something. Right? And like, wait a minute, Kanye, where he left to? Like, okay, he went to Wyoming. Okay, who's that dude? Jeffree Star just got a house over there in Wyoming. Where he going? Why he going? The Queen got land over there. Okay, what's going on? Um, there's fires over there every year. Everybody's moving. What's going on? Why are they getting people to leave? Why are they giving you hint after clue? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many people gotta tell you. You said also Atlanta people are leaving. Mm-hmm. Um, my mom's friend told her that there was going to be something that would happen where you would have to live at least one or two counties outside of a certain city in order not to be affected. And you know, sometimes people tell you stuff for a reason, you know, and that was totally true. So sometimes people will give you some inside detail or intel, but they usually put it out in clues like Bill Gates said there's gonna be a national, a climate change, a climate thing. Okay, so somebody sent me this. It was like on a lot of people that don't believe in conspiracy theories or they don't believe 9/11 was an inside job. Um, there's stuff that proves it now. Like there's no denying it now because there's proof and evidence. So like years from now, people should be showing proof and evidence that there's weather modification and it was done on purpose and da da da. So you just have to when you're in it, you can't just doubt, oh, that's not orchestrated, it's real. If you look at the past and everything can be proven as truth instead of conspiracy, what do you think you're living in now? Right? It's like, okay, 10 years ago, this was a conspiracy, but now we see that it was, what really went down. We see what really went down. But when you're in it, it's hard to believe until you start going back and looking. Mm-hmm. It's not where you can move, it's how you can prepare. The best places to live are out of far away from a lot of people, or at least in an area that's not so full of people, like the suburbs or the country, or somewhere where there's lots of spread out spaces. Okay, that's why. That's where you need to go. Because when you're on top of each other, and let's say, like, okay, only the strong survive. Okay, like, for example, if you understood that, where you live, either you're affected, or if you live around a bunch of other people, or like in an apartment or something, everybody's affected, not just you. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to pay for other people or a big group, if you don't want to risk, then go get somewhere where you're independent, you know, um, like a small house at least. Or some people will pay a bunch of money to rent a nice apartment or high rise or condo if it's but if the one next door catches on fire, your house gone too. You could pay the same amount, go get you a house somewhere where there's, at least a chance, for the same price or less. It's just problem solving and finding the solution before the problem happens. That's all it is. Most people are like too panicked, too fearful, too worried. Solve the problem before there's a problem. You know. Hmm. And I think it's because, like, they don't think ahead and they just trying to hurry up and rush, and then they end up paying for it later. So, like, um, there are there are things that people can do ahead of time if they just think and be wise. That's all. Um, yeah, it's like chess. Like, when you make a move, it got to be a good move, or checkmate, right? You got to make a good move. Okay, so I have this amount of money. I can do this, this, or that. If I do that, oh, the pros and the cons. The pros is I'm close to this and I'm close to that, and it's pretty. The cons are, if one unit catches on fire or the pipes burst, then all of them are messed up. Do I want to live there? No, it's not worth it. Let me go get this little house over here, or this piece of land over here, or whatever, for the same price. I may have to go a little bit further, but if something happens to that complex, it didn't happen to me. You know, what do you recommend? I reverse the effects of law of rhythm in your business. Quiet season now, so have paid out big outgoings, tax surgery. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, you gotta be creative too. Like, it's about skill, strategy. You know, it's if you're not a strategist, or you don't have skill in creating your rhythm, your law of rhythm, then you're not going to be able to do it. So if I tell you what to do, my morals aren't the same as your morals, because I create my own morals. So, and this is the problem with the law of rhythm. Your society is given a set of morals, and they live by someone else's set of morals instead of creating their own. I create my own morals, therefore I create my own law of rhythm swing, and it may not be something that you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? So you have to go and figure out, what are you comfortable doing as far as, creating some buzz around your business. Okay. Like Elon Musk went and had a car accident on purpose. Kanye West went crazy and started doing Sunday service to get his Yeezys up to $1 billion business. Come on, do what you got to do. Controversy sells all the time. All news is good news. Okay. What are you comfortable doing? That's the question that you need to ask. Mm-hmm. But where the nice affordable homes are, what? Mm? I missed that one. It ain't much around. You'll be around in a nice warm house. You got a car, don't you? You can drive. You can order. You can have stuff delivered. You know? Do you know that people purposely live far away from the city and they take a drive? Taxes are cheaper. There's less issues. There's less danger. Mm-hmm. You said Jesse Smollett did not know how to use the law of rhythm correctly. Well, he was young. He was young. Somebody need to teach him better. Okay. Somebody got to teach him a little bit better. He hired the wrong people because they snitched on him. See, before you hire people, in order to make sure they don't snitch, you have to have other people that are known to not tolerate snitches. And they have to know about those people. And then you can hire them. I'll do anything but Sarah Sprinkle. No, you won't. Girl, you say that, but Mm-hmm. Y'all are so silly. When I take you from what? Boy, a mess. We're gonna live off the grid. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen that movie yet. You said you gonna snitch on everybody if push come to shove. My goodness. Remote viewer. That's cool too. So, view future timeline. Saw less population and people lived in agrarian lifestyle. Wonderful. I'm sure everything goes super tech and then super simple, but there's a middle ground. And if you control the pendulum swing, you don't have to go back all the way back. You can stop in the middle. Wakanda would be a perfect example of the middle ground for technology. Like if y'all remember the movie Black Panther, they still had like their rural ways, but they also had high tech. So they never went all the way back to 100% rural, and they never went all the way 100% tech. They found their middle ground. You know, they created their own pendulum swing by not allowing one thing to go totally one way. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's how I feel like you have to have a middle ground. You have to have the area where you're not afraid because you're prepared, and you're prepared because you understand, and you understand because you've seen it before, and you know it's coming again. And you already know when people drop clues and hints, they're not predictions, they're instructions, or AKA, clues and warnings. You stop looking at stuff as it might happen or this and that. You just look at stuff as when it happens, I will be prepared, period. Not if, but when something happens. It may not go down like you think it's going to go down. It may not be as harsh as people are making it seem. It may just be a couple days without power and some busted pipes, when electricity goes off the grid, and then there's a food shortage, because that's exactly what happened. But everybody's back up, everything's running, and they're delivering food to grocery stores right now. You know, they never said how long the thing would be, but it would be. And so it's always not as bad as you think. People just take it to the worst place. You know what I'm saying? And this is the pendulum swing. If you're going to orchestrate something, you don't have to take it to the worst. You could take it to a little bit. Okay, we let them go without power for a few days. Okay, there go, we're off the grid. Okay, they knew this was coming. We off the grid for a couple of days, right? So scratch that off the list. Pendulum swing, because you orchestrated, you took it to your own level of, um, what you wanted it to be. So, okay, there's going to be famine and food shortage. So go to the grocery store in Texas right now. You don't see nothing on the shelf. But come Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, there's going to be restocked because there's trucks. Snow is melted. So a famine doesn't mean you're going to be, or a food shortage does not mean you're going to be without food for years. It means it could be days. But you still have food in your house, or there's restaurants, or you can drive out of state or fly to Cancun and get some food. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people take everything and make it the worst in their own mind, when it could be something so simple as someone controlling the pendulum swing of what was said or predicted to come, and to create fear within other people, when all you have to do is basically prepare. Now, there's people that are over prepared. Yes, I say that. But they have stuff to spare. And there's always people that overdo stuff. That's what you're just going to get. They'll be prepared for the next time and the next time after that. Thank you, Nina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We need to learn basic survival skills. I think it's going to be worse. There are books that they sell on Amazon that teach you those things. All you got to do is buy one, keep it in your house, read it every night, keep it in your bathroom, whatever. You keep it wherever you need to. Pick it up on the coffee table, look at a couple of pages every now and then, and absorb the information, or look online. Thank you, Percy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have a book like that. I just glance at it every now and then. Or they even have TV shows now, but it's best to have a book so you have the instruction right there when power goes out and you don't have no internet. So invest in a book. I have a couple of them. Also, like if you go camping, or, you know, find yourself stranded, you got skills. This is stuff people knew all the time back in the old days anyway. So it's like, if we went back 100 years, our ancestors would be laughing at us. Y'all some wimpy, weak, sniveling, unprepared son of the whatevers. I am ashamed of my offspring. They will be mad at y'all because, like, y'all don't know what y'all doing. You know, it's like, well, we freed ourselves, or we got free, so we don't have to depend on certain things. And now y'all begging to depend on something because you're unprepared. No, just get prepared. It's in your DNA. You know how to survive. Just do it. Think ahead. I thought ahead. Did I get water yet? We bought a $10,000 water filtration purification system for our house years ago because I don't trust the water supply. You see where I'm going with this? Period. I never trusted the water supply. I'm not gonna start trusting it now. I have look. Mm-mm. Oh, we have water. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, Texas did have brain-eating bacteria in the water not too long ago. Well, I skipped that phase too because I always had a water purification system in my house. Like, I'm gonna drink that nasty water. And before we had it, we bought bottled water, or we didn't drink we didn't drink this water. Period. No. Mhm. Um, yeah, that's true. About the water system, yeah, like it's hooked up to all the water in our house, so we're good. Thank you, Callie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said the busted water will might turn Texas into another Flint. Well, Flint should have been a warning for every state and every household to put water purification on their priority. That's one of the main things we need to survive is water. That seemed like it should be up there to me. Thank you, Percy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, I seem to what? You seen the 100 car? You seen a 100 car truck pile up in Texas on TV? People don't slow down anymore in the snow. They don't know how to drive in the snow. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The sexism in the comments. There's sexism. You looking for sexism in the comments? Let's see. I didn't see any. Surprise, do you have these skills that you request of men? What? Surprise, do you have these skills that you request of men? What does that mean? Pick men that know how to survive. That's not necessarily true. Some men don't know how to do nothing. Some men are less able to do stuff. Thank you, Quiet Storm, Sprinkle, Sprinkle. Right. Some don't even know how to change a light bulb. Okay. Sometimes stuff is in your DNA as a woman as well. Like if your dad or grandfather or great great grandfather, if they were good with stuff like that, it's in your DNA. You can pick up on it quick. You'll learn it quick. Mm-hmm. I've seen the pile up, and some of those wrecks are not caused by magic. Who said it was magic? I don't think y'all listen. Like y'all magic, or y'all talking to each other? How about weather modification that caused it to snow that created the wrecks from people trying to drive in snow who aren't used to driving in snow. Like, that's the chain reaction, right? What about Mars? You remember that 8 video with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and it showed like this truck, this rover looking truck driving on Mars, and like it went upside down, and she said she's a Martian, and then also she's gonna take it to Mars. Mars is symbolic. I told you everything's a ritual. Everything is a ritual. If you see it on the news, it's a ritual. Y'all got to think, okay, so what is Mars? Let me help y'all figure it out. What's Mars? Let's figure it out together, because I already know. I'm going to help y'all. What is Mars' nickname? Let me help y'all out. Y'all thinking too much. Y'all thinking way too much. Let me help y'all out. What is Mars' nickname? Okay. War planet, right? Remember what we talked about war? Remember when we talked about war? What war was symbolic for? Okay, I'm not going to have time to color the whole thing. This is war. No, that's balance. This is war. No, that was balance. This is war. Pretend this is all filled in. This is war. See? And so, if this is war, then if I took something from here on this side and put it, if I took something from here on this side and put it on this side, and took something from this side and put it on this side, then it would be balance, right? So the thing that you're going to take from this side would be and you would inject it into this side, right? You understand? But people don't want that. And so what? People don't want the yin yang in this thing because they're doing it without your knowledge. Okay? So they're going to Mars, the war planet. They want this. And another way to say war, okay, a planet is a body. Right, exactly. So they want you to mix. It's black, it's white. They want you to mix. And so this is why they're going to Mars. Bruno Mars, brown Mars. Bruno means brown. Mars, war planet. Brown, mixed body. Hybrid. Brown. Bruno is brown. Mars. Okay, there you go. This way, you're electromagnetic and you can pick up on this frequency. You don't need no microchip. There you go. Elon Musk said he's got a one-way ticket to Mars. He ain't coming back. Y'all know what that means. Somebody finna have his baby. You gonna have a brown son somewhere. Y'all know they got them secret brown kids. Um, I hope he didn't have one with Azalea Banks because she crazy, but that would be funny. You get the craziest one and have a baby. Have some out of the box thinking for sure. Because she was, they was hanging out for a few. Okay, anyway. I mean, if you gonna get one, get a crazy one. You don't know what could come of it. Okay. So this is what Mars represents. It also, there's other things as well. Like there's also other rituals that are also done with Mars, but that's what they're doing on the news right now. There's more than one thing that they're going to do. The moon, y'all know what the moon represented, right? So I was trying to get on the moon. If the moon is the opposite of the sun, what would the sun represent? The sun is all plasma, right? And the moon is opposite of the sun. So you're on the sun. The first man was the sun, brown, black. And we have the moon is like, pale. Now we're going to Mars. Okay. Can't go to the sun because it's like, the center of the solar system. But you know how those says children of the sun and then the children of earth. So here's earth. We got the moon. And now we got to go to Mars. Mars represents war planet, which represents a mix. It's like pushing civil war. They want everybody to mix so everybody can be the same. But remember, there's always the moon, the earth, and the sun. So at any given time, Mars can go back to the moon, go back to the earth, which children of the sun inhabit as well, according to those. So this is not just because this exists doesn't mean the moon disappears. But there have been history that says there was a time on the earth before the moon. And this could be code for, Caucasian or, pale people. There was a time on earth before the moon. So the planets are code when they're talking about them, like in the news and stuff, for people. They can't just come out and say, look, y'all need to go mix because we need to get this Wakanda technology. They can't just come out and say they'll put it in a movie. They just can't come out and say it because it's politically incorrect. And so many people are asleep. You can't jolt them awake. So you can't just come out and say you have to use code. Oh, we're gonna go to the moon. Yes. That was the year where everything was segregated, white fountain, white water fountain, white bathroom. Y'all remember them years? Okay, everything was segregated because they were trying to get to the moon. This is when the population of Caucasians was highest, when people was talking about that moon. Now everybody talk about Mars, and everywhere you look, you don't know who was who and who, right? So now you have, people of the sun, you have the moon, and now you have Mars. So whenever you hear them talking about that on the news, they're not really talking about it. They're talking about people, period. They're not talking about the literal thing. See, what they're doing is they're subliminally implanting the code in your brain, because your subliminal and subconscious mind understands that Mars means mix. Period. Even though you don't know it on your conscious level, it's in your subconscious. So if you're looking at the news and you're really interested in this Mars mission and this rover and da 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 da, you know, you're subliminally implanting the information in your head to tolerate, to enforce, to accept, and to, you know, perhaps teach like the kids, or if you're still, you know, haven't procreated yet, maybe an implant in your head for your future generation, your future offspring, or even yourself. So you're being programmed by the television program, or the news, what they want to become new, the new wave, the new generation. So you think you're looking at a planet, you think you're talking about Mars, but you're not. You see what I mean? Because it's code. It's called double talk. It's called slick talk. Talking slick to my folk. Nip that lip like a lipo. Okay, so y'all remember the Beyonce Black Parade song? What you think the Black Parade song was about? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate it. So like I said, just be aware, or don't be aware, but don't think that you're not being programmed, because you, even if you look at something about Mars, you're being programmed. Period. Okay. Um, but and some people don't know, and some people do. Some people really think it's real. Some people think it's fake. Some people think it's both. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever you believe, as long as you understand what both mean, then you're good. So, mm-hmm. You said not mixing out is what B said. B already mixed. She ain't got to mix out. She just got with somebody that also had the same skin tone and made some mold of herself. You know, her mom is Creole, and that's a super deep mix that will take generations to undo. Mm-hmm. Like, if y'all knew the truth, because that's the reason why that they have code is because the truth may upset a few people, and y'all ain't ready for the truth if unless y'all can get through this first, you know. And I think so many people don't realize that things are the way they are for a certain reason, and on a certain level, it's seen as this, it's seen as that. But at the higher you get, at the higher level, you'll start to see what it all is for. And it's not something that people go around talking about, because there are some people that are stuck at a certain level and they can't rise above thinking of this way. And so, for the most part, this is where most people stop when it comes to expanding their consciousness or learning. So they stop there because of what I will call biased. When you stop somewhere because of bias, because you're biased, you stop learning and you stop seeing the truth. But there are some people that are, you know, taught these things because they're in certain fraternal orders or whatever, and they just get told the whole truth, and we don't care what you think, and this is what it is. But at the same time, the people that are learning, or, you know, trying to investigate and learn these truths, they become biased at a certain point, and then they stop because they don't want to go any further. But at the same time, there are the people that were just told, and we don't care what you think, and this is that already know. And so a lot of times they will be misjudged based on the bias way that some people think versus what these people were taught, what they know, and what they live by according to their fraternal order or their priesthood, or whatever, the way the government works, the way that these societies work. They're operating on their own laws of in their own information that is what's based on everything else that many people just don't know because they're stuck at one spot and they're biased. So that's why once you get to that level, you cannot, like, once you get to a certain level, you can't tell people what stuff is anymore. And if you know, if you don't, that's where you get right there. Because if you want to know, you will not be biased anymore. You will start to see it for what it is. You will not judge. You will not, you will see this from a perspective that is not your own. And that's what you have to do. You got to see it from a perspective that is not your own. And you have to see the pattern and you have to ask the questions. So, why we got to go to Mars? Now let me get that off the screen. So why do we got to go to Mars? We got the sun. The sun keeps us warm with plasma, right? It allows food to grow, animals, vitamin D, all that good old stuff. The moon creates the tides and controls this and that, right? We got both. We have Earth, which has water, which is also plasma in another form. So the sun, plasma, water, and so plasma is the fourth state of matter, and liquid is the second state of matter, right? So this actually can turn into water. Interesting, right? And then land, the moon is a rock. You got them rocks on the earth. So you have a baby from the moon and the sun, which is Mars. Same thing, except they're together and they're not separate. So the earth, so then Mars would be the baby of Earth. Or Earth could be the baby of Mars. We don't know which one was first. Or I'm sure some of y'all astronomy people know. That's not my forte, but whichever one was first is the parent of the other one. Okay? There you go. And then that goes back to ancient history. So I'm pretty sure Mars is probably older than Earth, right? Because Earth is like a bunch of stuff smashed together. So if Mars is older than Earth, and there's they say that there's stuff on Mars that look a lot like Egypt. So this means mixed people came to Earth or became an Earth. And when I say Earth, I mean a mixture of the moon and the sun, but in water and rock. So this is like a downgraded version of each moon and sun. So then you have, it's basically the races going in and out of themselves. Like, okay, so we're mixed race, they unmix, now they're all Caucasian, black and white, mixed. So it's like, if you look at the history of the earth, you can see how that happened. That it was Africa, then there was Europe, then there was Asia. There was Asia, there was Europe, there was the indigenous people that have been here before all of them, because they were dated to be one of the oldest original men. And so where did they come from? Did they come from the prior civilization before humanity was destroyed? And did they stay here? And then was there different hybrids created from other, beings, whatever. But at the same time, if you look at the Aboriginal man from like Australia, they look very mixed, period. You see? So it's all going in a circle. All the races mix and then unmix. Mix and unmix. That's the whole thing Noah's Ark was about. Noah's Ark was about mixing. And that's what the release of the dove and the crow was. The dove and the crow, black and white. When the dove didn't return, he found a body to get in. So that means there was white people on earth. So now they can release all the creatures on the ark to go find a body. So we're the ark. Noah was the ark. He had all these DNAs in him, like they're trying to inject us with. And once life was sustained, once the climate or the weather was sustained, they were released with a frequency. Okay. That's why the rainbow appeared in the sky, because that's a frequency, a different angle. And it released all those souls and spirits out, and so that they could be reborn into another body. So this is what it is, because certain energies and souls have a frequency, and they can only get into a certain frequency of body. Because you know how like some people are having issues with these injections, and some aren't, and some are, and some are having issues with the actual illness months and months later after they've taken all the medication, and supposedly they're now supposed to be healing, but they're not. It's because certain energies cannot inhabit certain frequencies, period. Okay. And so that's why there's a lot of people that are sick, because there are homeless energies out there that's trying to find a place to go, but the frequencies are not matching. Okay. So then we have this, that's why we have all this purge stuff going on. So Ghostbusters, okay? This is Ghostbusters. Remember when all those ghosts were released? And Ghostbusters, like there's ghosts popping up everywhere all of a sudden. Like, why is the ghost coming? Why are the ghosts coming all of a sudden? Why is everybody all of a sudden being haunted? Because these energies are now needing a place to preside. And so that man who wanted to know about where they store these ghosts that they're catching, he goes and gets it shut down, and all the ghosts are released. That's the frequency change. So it's kind of like whoosh, and then all the stuff that they've been ejecting or whatever, all that is released out of your body through plasma. Like some people will take a hot bath with herbs and salts and stuff in it to get that stuff to release. Or there will be a climate shock to make them uncomfortable in the body, or there'll be like a 5G wave that might go through, or a sun flare, whatever they're going to call it. And it knocks all of them out. And now they're roaming around looking for bodies to inhabit. And they see a body, but they don't know what it is. Is my frequency going to match? Can I get in there? Can I get warm? The frequency is not matching. And the 5G is still going. So it's like a mismatch. And it's like, it's going to make you ill. It's going to lower your immune system because your frequency is off. So those energies will know that they don't match your energy. If your frequency is high, they can see that straight up. Your frequency is too high for me. I cannot body you. I got to move on to the next person. So they don't even mess with you. But if everybody energy and frequency is kind of bad because they do the same things, they don't know where they can live or not. You might be having a crazy weekend and your frequency is low, or you might be in a bad mood and your frequency is low because you're around toxic people. They get in your body, all of a sudden you hear a Michael Jackson song, your frequency goes up, or you go back to your house where everything is peaceful and your frequency goes up. Now you are sick because you are around toxic people and got toxic energy, and now that toxic energy and your high frequency isn't meshing well together. And so it's a war and a battle within that high frequency trying to stay up in there. I mean, that low frequency is trying to stay within your high frequency, you know? So now it's like, oh, I don't feel so well. If your frequency is always up, there will be no mistakes. They can, energies can sense frequency. So, oh, that frequency too high for me. I can't get up in there. So that's what it has to be. Either you stay high frequency, or you become an ark or a home for these energies that have been released. They need a warm place to live. You said if this is an inspiration to get back vegan, right? That's why they was like pushing that veganism, be vegan. That way they see that frequency and they like, nope, we can't do that. Next. Mm-hmm. And I hate to break it to y'all, but a lot of these energies are inhaled or drank through spirits or inhaled, because y'all know alcohol affects the lungs. So just when weed got legal, I don't know what to think about that. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what y'all inhaling. Mm-hmm. So the point of all this is, if you're constantly dealing with low frequencies within you, how can you focus on yourself or accomplishing the things that you need to accomplish if you are unable to think for yourself, vibrate on a high frequency, and not allow these negative energies to be housed in your body that may or may not cause you to think a certain way, cause you to vibrate a certain way, cause you to be vulnerable to certain illnesses, A, B, C, and D, especially during a quote unquote climate change. A lot of times when there are climate changes or shifts in the earth, there's lots of energies released, and now they need somewhere to inhabit. And so they may have some side effects. Okay. They can't just come out on the news and tell you that they're going to look crazy too. And they know, like, they've been dumbing people down for so long and lying to you for so long, they can't just come out and tell you the truth all of a sudden. A lot of people try, but they're just called crazy. But then they can prove it scientifically in another way and with other words. But at the same time, they can't just come out on CNN, look, this will be doing to y'all. This is what happened. So y'all got to give up all the stuff that we're making money off of, like alcohol, meat, dairy, drug, because these energies are able to embody you if you have a low frequency, and eating these things, smoking these things, drinking these things cause your frequency to get low, and now you're vulnerable to this stuff. They're not going to tell you that because they've been making money off of it. You got to be smart enough to figure it out, to know and to do that for yourself. Period. They're not going to tell you, because then they have to tell you everything else. So why start there? It's like, y'all see that phrase, if you know, you know. That phrase is created for a reason. That phrase is for people that know, and there's other people that don't know. Y'all heard the 5% rule. There are 80% of the people that don't know, 5% of the people that do know that's trying to tell the other people, and then the other percent that are controlling it all. So it's when you control most of the population, you can't tell 80% of the population that they've been lied to. Do you know what kind of uproar that will cause? So they just continue to lie and hope that they wake up and just go and do what they need to do to avoid the issues. Mm-hmm. Anything you inhale, anything to do with plasma, inhalation, yeah, that's how it's transferred. Ventilators, that's why a lot of people are wearing the masks. That's why they put the mask thing in place. So you don't breathe in other people's stuff. But like I said, if you're a high frequency already, you don't have to worry about that because they're not gonna even be near you. Like, we can't do that. Okay. Um, who's trying to destroy us? Yourselves. There you go. Ain't nobody trying to destroy us. We are destroying ourselves. There you go. Period. If you loved yourself, you would vibrate higher. So you wouldn't attract certain things that would bring you down. You know what I'm saying? You are destroying yourselves. If everybody started taking care of themselves, stopped listening to the okie doke, made their own morals and rules that they followed to have the highest frequency that they could have possibly, there wouldn't be none of this. Period. Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. Change his way. He didn't say point the finger and say who's trying to destroy us. All you got to do is look in the mirror. Done. That's who's trying to destroy us. Did you not hear what I just said? We are destroying ourselves by choosing not to vibrate as high as we could. Like, there's baby steps. Come on. Like, everybody's not going to vibrate super high if they're just starting out there, trying to change their frequency. Everybody not going to. It takes time. You got to get there, But there are people that are vibrating super low at the same time that could be making different choices to vibrate higher, to not allow these energies to inhabit them. And when there's no more people to inhabit because their frequencies are too high, we move to the next level, 5D. Because as long as there's an avatar here to play a game, as long as the upgrade hasn't fully taken place, you know how you get your phone and you still be on it, even though it say upgrade, you can still work your phone until you can't. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't want this stupid upgrade right now. I'm busy. Let me get on Instagram. Then everything starts slowing down. Stuff start happening. You're like, dang, I got to get the stupid upgrade. Because I can't inhabit these apps anymore on my downgraded phone. So I now have to upgrade to the next level. So if you're an avatar and there's energies that can play you like a video game of virtual reality because you're still on an old system, because you're vibrating low and you don't have a lot of memory, well, they're about to upgrade the system. And if you stuck in the downgrade, then you don't get to go to the next level. And what they got over there, can I fly on the next level? Do I have like superpowers on the next? We're going to get our superpower. Not unless you vibrate high. Well, the game is like, you don't have to shoot people and jump over bricks and blocks. No, you got to discipline yourself. This is the whole point. You don't destroy stuff in the game. You don't steal stuff in the game. You discipline yourself in the game. You don't take. You don't partake. It's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't eat that. You don't hang around them people. You don't get high. Oh, you don't drink. You got to be, oh, go to the library. You get 20 points for that. You get upgraded. Oh, go over there and study. Okay, you get upgraded for that. Meditate over there. You get upgrades for that. Right? Oh, but this is so much fun to do this. Well, then go ahead and do it. I'm trying to get to the next level, baby. Go ahead. And then the timer is winding down. That time is tick, tick, tick on that video game. Tick, 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 tick. Game over, baby. If you didn't get out that level, bye. Have fun over there. Y'all stay stuck in Super Mario Brothers. We're gonna be over here in this other virtual reality game where we can do whatever we want. Y'all hopping on bricks and mushrooms, So it's kind of like, yeah, The Sims, definitely, like, you're gonna be stuck on that level because you're not upgrading yourself to get to the next level. Yeah, TikTok, right? It is like a Sims game. It's like they have like all these Sims that you can do now. I don't really get into it because I don't really play video games. I play this game. So the game in this life would be like, okay, get your money up. Don't eat that. Eat healthy. Get your vibration up. Don't hang around these people. Da 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 da. And then we all gonna meet, over here, and we're gonna level up to the next level. Got y'all remember that movie Maze Runner? They have to do the same thing. Every time they beat a level, it was another level. And they had to use strategy and stuff to get out. It wasn't laid out. You had to figure it out. And the way to keep moving up or ascending or getting to the next level or leveling up is only to vibrate higher. You don't vibrate lower to level up. You vibrate higher. So you got to figure out, what can I do to vibrate higher? What in this realm can I do to up my frequency? It ain't smoking and drinking and eating bad food. I know that. So what raises my frequency? I need to go be doing that. Then nobody will want my avatar who's meant to stay in this realm because they want to go do the stupid stuff. They want to go do the bad thing. So they're not going to even come near me because I'm going here to read a book. I'm going here to, this vegan or plant-based restaurant. They don't want that. They want some barbecue, but not. So they're going to go over there because they don't realize that the time is ticking and the upgrade is about to be due, and that's that. You said Angry Birds is the only way to level up. I don't eat meat. No. And think about it. If this was a video game, like literally just think about it. If this was a video game and if you ate certain things, then you could get possessed and lose track and lose all your money and go gambling and whatever. And you can't even control it. But if you don't eat meat, they can't possess you because you changed that number on the dial or your frequency, right? So they can't. So you don't get possessed and you can keep on going about your mission. But those people that be eating this and eating that, they're able to be possessed by these things in the video game, and it takes you off your mission. It distracts you. You end up on the whole other side of the game, lost all your money, got to start over, A, B, C, and D. So if I don't eat this, they don't possess me, so I'm not going to eat that. And that way I can move forward and get to the next level, right? If y'all start thinking of this like a video game, it makes more sense rather than conspiracy and, well, why this and why that? Or, are you here to enjoy the avatar, or are you here to beat the game? Why do you play a video game? Do you play for fun, or do you play to win? Or do you play to get out? Or do you not play at all? You know, there's a way you don't have to play at all too. Like, do whatever. There's like a middle ground where you know what's happening. You enjoy, but you don't overindulge. You know, it's called balance. You can move to the next level if you want to because you got that option, baby. Or you could stay here. Or you could be in and out like in the Matrix. Well, I'm going to, you know how when you beat the game, you can go to the level behind you and play that old level again in the older games, but you can't move to the next level unless you beat it. So you can be, oh, I'm gonna play level 3, but I'm gonna be on level 5. But I'll play level 3 when I get bored and I miss level 3. But I got to get on to level 5 first. Then I'll come back to level 3 if I choose to. So that's how we have to think of it. If, like, especially if you're trying to explain this to children, that's what you got to explain it as a video game if your kids play games. Where does karma fit in? It doesn't fit in unless you believe it. There's only universal law. So uh, you would think about doing certain things and you would make your own morals before you did anything. So, like, if you did somebody wrong and you didn't plan on doing someone wrong, then if that person wants to seek revenge on you, or if something else happens that has nothing to do with that person, you're automatically going to think it's punishment for doing wrong to another person. Somebody just might not have liked you and said, I don't like you and I'm going to do you wrong too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it really exists. I think we make it exist to justify bad things or good things, because most people don't associate karma with good things. They say, oh, that's luck, because they want to associate it in the Western way as like, oh, I did someone wrong, so now this bad thing happens. Okay, what if you didn't do nothing wrong and a bad thing happened? Then what's that? Oh, that's past life karma. Okay, whatever help you sleep at night, baby. How about you just stay prepared, and whatever happens wrong, you can easily fix, and it won't seem like karma, and you can find a way to make money off of it. That's called transmutation. That's alchemy. So, you know, like, you have to become in charge. You can't let lower level energy or thinking rule you. That's why you have to vibrate high, because people that vibrate on a super high level, they don't do karma. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so like, okay, I stubbed my toe. Oh, that must be karma. No, you just didn't look where you were walking. You didn't put on your house shoes. You didn't turn on the light, baby. That's what it was. Just like some people walk around saying, I'm cursed. I'm cursed. No, baby, you didn't pay your bills. You let them things pile up. You don't show up for work on time. And so your life seems like a curse because you're undisciplined. So you can say whatever you want to say if it helps you sleep at night, but it has nothing to do with the other thing. Right? Just bad decisions piled up, coming together. Oh, I wouldn't have broken my arm if I had just slowed down. Oh, I wouldn't have lost my job if I had just set that alarm clock. Oh, I wouldn't have, you know, oh no, it's karma. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it's going to be next time and the next time too. Okay. You said karma's for people who are not smart enough to get even. If karma was real, all the people that you deem evil would have gotten their karma, right? Or unless it's waiting on their next life. Mm-hmm. Um, where do you get this discipline? From yourself? Uh-huh. You just have to make a decision. Look, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna do this instead. I'm not gonna drink alcohol. I'm gonna drink water. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. That's discipline, making the correct choice. Even though you want to make the wrong choice, you make the correct choice, or the choice that helps you vibrate on a higher frequency, or the choice that's going to lead to where you actually want to go in the future. Like, okay, do I spend all my money gambling, or do I buy or invest in something that's going to make me more money? Or do I put in a savings? Do I put in a trust? Do I buy property? Gambling, financial, security. It's fun to gamble, but there you go. It's the same thing. So that's discipline. And if you make some money off of your investments, maybe you can go gamble it off a little bit and have a little bit of both. But you can't choose all bad and expect to get all good all the time. You can't just do everything wrong and expect something to turn out right. Right? You can't do that. Like, oh, I'm going to do everything wrong and everything better turn out right. That don't make sense. Discipline is making the right decision when it's very necessary. It's sad a lot of people are comfortable with being stuck with mediocrity and refuse to level up. Yeah. It's some low level energies that have inhabited them. They don't want to level up. They like level 3. You got the favorite level on that video game. They like level 3. Okay. So they play level 3 over and over because they don't care enough to get out of level 3, because level 3 is where they want to be. Okay. I like level. I'm never working again. Exactly. You get to that high level. This is high level, not eye level. You ever seen Saturn? Saturn? No, not the car, but everywhere we are. No, the Saturn is about discipline. Discipline everywhere we are. Look, make the right decision where we do choose. You don't make the right choice, it's detrimental at a certain level. Once you get to a higher level, like these celebrities out here, if they make the wrong choice, it's detrimental. They can't make the same mistakes that everyday normal people make, because it will mess up everything. They have to be disciplined. They can't, if you're an actress or a singer, you can't just be like binging and doing all these things and trying to get, look what happened to Lindsay Lohan. She couldn't keep no job. It's like, we can't work with her. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. But thank y'all for listening. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank y'all for checking on me. And I appreciate y'all. Just 2 hours? I thought it was gonna be 30 minutes, and then I got to talking. I gotta go. I said I'm gonna be on here for 30 minutes, but that 30 minutes came and went. Yeah, you got to be disciplined, and to be great, you have to be disciplined. I've already done all the stuff that I wanted to do. Like in my younger years, I've done all the stuff, so I know. Yeah, it was fun, but now I got to move on. Okay, I ate meat, I drank, I did a lot of other stuff too, but I've done it already. What's next? Yeah, that's how you got to think. All right. What's getting even? Revenge or balance or justice, depending on how far you're going to go to get what even is to you. Are you really trying to get even, Or are you trying to get revenge? Is it even to them? Are they in agreement to it? Is it balanced to them? If you get even, it means if somebody did you wrong and you're mad at them, I got to draw a little picture. And they did you wrong, like they threw something at your head and hit you in the head, right? And you stay mad. So getting even would then mean you're going to throw something at their head, right? So that they can be mad. When does it stop? He gonna throw another rock, then you gonna throw another rock. Are you even, or are you at what? War. Y'all remember talking about war? War. Then it becomes a war. Right. Now, if you're just trying to get justice or balance, because that's what justice is, you're just trying to get balance, then you put the weights. Y'all know how they have the weights and the scales? And you put the equal amount in each scale, and you balance each other. So usually it's two different things or the same exact thing that balance each other out. So you really, getting even is more of balancing. Getting revenge turns into war. Unless you totally kill that person, which means obliterate them, like in the 48 laws of power, then that's when the war ends. So it's kind of like either if you're gonna get revenge, that's why the cartel take out the whole family. So ain't nobody coming back to get revenge. You take one family member out, you take them all out, because I don't want you coming back. You know, when you ever the cartel don't believe in that. They take them all out by wipe them out. So that's a lot of people do that. That's why they wiped out whole villages so nobody could come back for revenge, because they just took them all out. So that's why you don't just get revenge one time on one person, because it keeps going. The best revenge is to go outdo them and make them envy you and level up out of their level and wave to them from level 5 while they still in level 3. There's your revenge. They can't even get to you, but you can get to them. You can wave and laugh, and they can be stuck down there being mad. There's your revenge. Okay? Best revenge is your people. Beyonce. Level up. Level up. Level up. That was the best revenge Sierra ever could have got on Future. Okay? She'd have leveled up. Future over there looking like the past. Anyway, I gotta go. Kill them with success, right? Make them want to be you now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I don't know. Just think like that. You don't be crazy like me, and it makes sense eventually. It'll all work itself out. Future a clone now. Y'all be killing me with this clone stuff. It's hilarious. You mean somebody got a silicone mask of Future? Somebody sent me that they found Tupac, and it was like it. I guess they were watching my MJ video about how we found MJ and what he was doing, where he was at the current moment, and they found Tupac. I'm like, dang. But that's a whole nother video. That's funny though. Why y'all asking questions? I see some crazy questions. Bye, Rosie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can I look into Hotel Cecil story? Want to hear? I don't even know that story. Mm-hmm. You said could care less about rappers because y'all don't know their real jobs. That's a whole other video. See, rappers are called rappers for a reason. Put a W in front of the R. There you go. Hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I don't understand how deep the rabbit hole really goes. Like, mm-hmm. Everything on TV is controlled. Everything is orchestrated. Just don't even wonder about it anymore. Don't even wonder about it. It is. There you go. You don't have to wonder. Don't ever wonder, because it is. They what? Rappers rap other energies and take them out to the cosmos energetically. Um, yes, that's what they do. That's why they're called rappers. But they wrap you up, they rapture you away, and make deals for fame, earthly money, to rapture those who frequency cannot be higher enough so that they cannot be inhabited. It's the same thing as like this injection they're trying to give, except not permanent. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're under their protection. You know what I mean? Or you're under their um, cloak. Why you think hip hop blew up so big? Okay. It's the number one type of music in the world. Why? Think about it. Um, you said you believe Tupac was an agent. Yeah, he was. Most people in the entertainment industry work for somebody else, baby. It's all about what it's about. It's all about the plan and the agenda that's been planned forever. Um, think about it. In the old days, who did they have? They had the poets and the artists, um, who was the rappers of their time, right? The storytellers, the authors, right? The scientists, anybody who was popular. Hmm. How do you get justice and balance? Level up. Level up. Let me use the Matrix. Everybody's seen the Matrix, right? Neo couldn't beat the agents until he leveled up out of the Matrix, right? So, and what y'all remember when he had to that agent ate Neo, like absorbed Neo? I think it was on Matrix 2 or 3. I don't remember which one. But then Neo bust out and the agent was gone because he couldn't hold his frequency. He was too powerful. You get it now? The agent thought he had beat Neo by inhabiting his body, by taking his body. But Neo's frequency was too high and he bust out. It's like, I know you lying. So it's the same thing I'm talking about, except in this case, it would be the opposite. if Neo was vibrating low and had never gotten out of the matrix, he would have been turned into the agent, just like everybody else got turned into the agent. They could just take him over, like, he bump into this lady, the lady will turn into the agent. Bump into this man over here, that man will turn into the agent, because their frequencies are the same. They're on the same program. But Neo had upgraded, and the agent couldn't take him. That's the same thing that's happening, except it's more energetic on this level. And so, see, Neo, he had to eat that slop, that nasty food, wear them ugly clothes, like looking like Yeezy clothes on the ship. He had to unplug from the system, which means he had to get unbrainwashed. And so he was walking around wearing Yeezy clothes, eating slop, which is nasty food, because he can't eat the steak anymore. He can't eat the shrimp and all that stuff. So he got to eat a bowl of slop, wear Yeezys. And the only thing he can do all day is learn with Morpheus. That's his teacher. So the Morpheus was his teacher, and he had to give him a choice. There's always a choice. You want this red pill? You want this blue pill? I will take, So he made the choice, and that was the end of that. You said Matrix creators are both transgender now. Yeah, that's code too. Y'all want to know the code of the word? Remember when I told you that Mars was code for mixed? Doesn't literally mean Mars. Okay, so let me tell you what transgender is code for. Now, this has nothing to do with the actual type of people or transgender. It's just the word itself. Okay. Y'all know what a genie is? The genie in the lamp, the jinn, to transform or to transcend, gender. So this means this is their job, this is their service that they're doing, and they are transitioning or transporting or transcending or transporting a jinn. Jinns have gender. That's where the name came from. There are female jinn and male jinn. So, as a punishment, y'all remember the story of Hermes? When he saw two snakes mating, and he struck them with their staff, and he turned into a woman for 7 years? Okay, transgender, hermaphrodite, whatever you want to call it. So these people stole this from this lady, Sophia Stewart, right? They stole the matrix from Sophia Stewart. Their punishment was don't take this if you're a transgender yourself. This has nothing to do with that. This is their code. This is how they work in Hollywood. This is what they be doing. Okay, it has nothing to do with transitioning into another gender. So the punishment would be, okay, these dudes were the top of the world. They was Matrix. money, money, money. Instead of losing their rights or losing their fame or losing their whatever in the movie game, they must allow a female Jen, because they did a female wrong. Now this is the when you was asking about getting even and getting justice. Here it is. This is how they do it in Hollywood, baby. You get choices. So this is what they chose. They spun the wheel or they made the choice. They took the transgender route, just like Bruce Jenner after he had that bad car accident. So did this woman wrong. Sophia Stewart, you did her wrong. So now your punishment is to transport a female Jen. And this Jen, she gonna take over your head. You finna go to the sunken place. Okay? I'm spelling it wrong. So now you gotta go dress up, even though you look terrible and ridiculous and you shouldn't be doing any of this. You're gonna look a fool because you don't have the fierceness of, a RuPaul or whatnot. So you over here looking like a bag lady that just went shopping in the 70s section of a thrift store, right? Because this is your punishment because you stole Sophia Stewart script. So now you must transport a Jen, a female Jen, and she's gonna do what she want. There you go. Bruce Jenner did the same thing. Oh my gosh, I killed somebody in a car accident. I can't go to prison. What we gonna do? It was the lady I killed. Oh, what we gonna do? I killed a lady. What are my options? I gotta transport a female Jen and she gotta put me in a sunken place. Well, that's better than prison. Let's go. All right, y'all understand now? Y'all get it now? And see, a lot of these punishments were chosen by the actual people instead of prison, or whatever. And so now, like, people watching this, like on TV, are being influenced. They don't know that this is a punishment for a crime. So they just emulate. This is how the upgrade happens as well, or the viruses happen. They just emulate what they see and make it glam so that the punishment, this is called transmutation, becomes accepted and praised and not so bad. So now you've created a transmutation. You see where this is going? And to benefit your punishment. You understand? So if you can make it do what it do, then you're no longer under punishment. If you can transmutate, if you can transmutate your punishment, if you can force yourself out of the sunken place, or if you like the sunken place, or if you can take charge and do what you got to do, then there you go. So it's all a mind game. You see? And so I'm walking around in this world, and they all know this, but the majority of the people don't know this. And so I'm not one of them. I'm not famous. I'm not in no group or no esoteric occult group, fraternal sisterhood or whatever. I'm not in any of that. I just understand it. But the point is, most other people don't. And so their perception of reality is totally off. And the way that they make decisions is based on their reality. You said you been knew this? Okay. Well, see, I told you some people know. So whenever someone says, I think I'm trans, or I think I'm all these different gender roles and gender Jinn, baby. Jinn. There you go. You think you got a jinn, baby? What you did? Why do you have a jinn? Do you want a jinn? You gonna make a jinn do what it do? You gonna get the Aladdin jinn, or you gonna get the Jafar jinn? You gonna get, you gonna get the blue jinn? So it's kind of like that. You're gonna be like, are you gonna transmutate and make it do what it do? I'm gonna free the jinn. My last wish is to free the genie, to be their own person. Okay, so you give up the ghost, you give up the jinn. It goes and finds another body to inhabit, or inhabits itself in another dimension. There you go. Anything with the word jinn in it is talking about jinn. Okay, because I'm trying to tell y'all how to decode. Any word with jinn in it is talking about jinn. Generation. General. Donald Trump, we got our generals in place. We got the generals. Who do you think he talking about? Got his jinn. And when they was talking about Noah in the Bible, he got some jinn. He ain't talking about no alcohol. So Jennifer, name based on jinn. Unless you're yeah. Yep, jinn is in jinn. So when they're talking about things that have jinn in it, like generation, general, Jensen, Jennifer, like this not even be their real name. They could just change it. It could be their real names too, but they might choose this person for a certain part to represent a certain code, So generic. Right? Generic. What's some other gen words? What? Somebody said ginger. Could be. Gender. There you go. Gender. Gender roles. Kylie Jenner. Bruce Jenner. Jenner. That's right. Now y'all see. The Jenner family. Kim said, I'm Kardashian. No Jenner. Gentrification. That's right. Generous. Genesis. Jenna. Okay, so Genevieve. I don't know. That's somebody's name. Okay. So Jinn are the plasma. Remember we talked about the plasma? They can be in plasma form. They were the smokeless fire. You can inhale them. And they have that unk up to that pharaoh's nose that are held by the gods. You know how they have like the unk and the pharaoh's nose right here? I don't know, some lips. Terrible. Give him a little hat. So They put that unk up to that nose because the unk would hold the plasma right here in the center, because it would have like an oscillator right here, and it would be made out of like copper. And so it would hold this energy right here in this magnetic force field. And they would hold it up to the nose of the pharaoh or the queen or whatever, and she would inhale the essence of the god or the jinn, and they would become one. So y'all seen that picture before, the unk up to the nose. That's the plasma or the jinn. So is jinn a demon? It just depends. Like, people call stuff different stuff all the time, but just like okay, you know how like on Aladdin, the genie doesn't have free will until it's free, until you free it. It doesn't have free will and has to do whatever you say. So the same thing in like biblical things, like if you study like the King Solomon story, he commanded these demons, and then when he got weak, the demons was like, we ain't gonna listen to you. Your frequency too low. You know, when he had weakened his frequency by marrying this other chick in this other place, and he totally lost all his power and energy because he leveled down instead of leveling up. And the demons would laugh at him. You can't control nothing, because their frequencies were too low. So the demon is kind of like a jinn, but see, demons don't actually mean like evil, because a human can be evil. Anything can be evil. This is just a different type of energy that does not have free will. See? That's why it has to get inside of a human or influence a human, because a human does have free will. So, the same thing. What was the story of blacks and Jews? Ooh, well, just it's kind of like the Solomon story. Like, I'm too high of a frequency for me to be, they can't reside inside of, someone who's a super high frequency, but they can reside into somebody who's maybe a middle frequency. Like, okay, you got a little cream in your coffee. Okay, maybe I can work with you. Y'all want some generational wealth? Can we talk? So the middleman can talk to the jinn, okay, or be inhabited by the jinn. They can be headed by the jinn, right? They can get them a little crown. And so this is the middle ground. Once again, this is like the Mars. And so here is, let's see, high frequency, highly melanated person. The jinn can't get in him. They can't because too high frequency. This ain't gonna work. So, but they could get into this one who to mix with that one. But this one is on this one's side. But sometimes they be making deals over here. So this Drake, this is Drake. But he needs to be an ally to be trusted. Maybe he's not working on both sides. Maybe he's only working one side. But we don't know. He could be. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying if this was a whole different person, they are able to be headed by a jinn because their frequency is not as high as this frequency, so they can get information and knowledge and tell this person. But this person can already pick it up. Look, they don't need the jinn. Now here's the point: you don't need a jinn. You could pick up knowledge through your frequency, but you've been dumbed down, brainwashed, and told that you couldn't, and then your DNA has been tampered with. Okay? And so now you find it hard to absorb the knowledge and the frequency because you're listening to everybody else and their mama and their grandmama instead of yourself. So the reason why you can't be influenced is because you don't need the influence. But the trick is to say you need, but at the same time, if you're not able to pick up on this frequency because your DNA has been altered, that then creates the dependency. You see, because and your DNA has been altered. So that's why that's why it's called junk DNA, because that's not activated. But now that it's going to become reactivated through unlocking how to reactivate it by changing the frequency, by changing the climate, by changing the shift in the axis of the earth, by allowing more sun in, this is going to reactivate that DNA so that the dependency, which they are trying to break in many ways, the government dependency, the dependent, people want reparations. They don't even know what that really means. The dependency on, a system. They're trying to wean off of that. Okay, because it's no longer needed. That's why the climate change is taking place, because the frequency, that's why Antarctica is melting. They're starting to see stuff on Antarctica now. We're going back to when Atlantis existed, right? And so in order to try to preserve, because the pendulum swing, you remember the pendulum swing, it got to go this way and it got to go that way. You get your time, we get our time. So in order to stop that or to control it, you got to go to Mars, or you got to become, that's why they're trying to push that vaccine, but it's not working for everybody because everybody's on a different frequency. Nobody's disciplined. People have underlying conditions. So it ain't working because everybody's undisciplined. So that's why they're pushing the mixed race agenda now, because it's easy to get people to sleep with each other versus to give up certain foods and alcohols and ways of living. Okay? Look, sleep with this person, make a baby. Because y'all ain't finna give up no drinking. Y'all ain't finna give up these drugs. Y'all ain't finna give up whatever. So y'all go ahead, just mix. This is the easy, quickest, fastest way. Literally. It's easier to get people to sleep around and sleep with each other, or to mix a race, than it is to get them to be disciplined. So that's what they got to do. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Oh, I can't give up the meat, but I have me a black baby though. I have me a mixed baby though. I ain't finna give up that meat. You have a choice. What are my options? No drinking, no drugs. Kanye, what? Okay, if you're gonna be famous, you have to work for our agenda. What I gotta do? Okay, you got a choice. What is it? You gotta give up drinking, drugs. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, what's my other option? You must have some mixed children. Okay, but I get to pick who it is. Okay. Okay. Kanye, what's wrong? I'm in a sunken place. Kris Jenner is trying to tell me what to do. Okay, y'all understand now? So Either you give up all the things that make life enjoyable for you because you are undisciplined, or you got to go do what you got to do. See, after that Lemonade album, Beyonce and Jay-Z was like, go vegan. Meditate. Let's go take a pilgrimage back to Africa. Let's get our frequency high. Because they had their own kids. There you go. Kanye was like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So, there's no right or wrong. There's just what you know you're going to be able to follow through with. Somebody already know. He already knew he couldn't give up certain things, so he chose that choice. This person, I can give up all those things for the most part. Beyonce's always dancing and training, not like she over there having an unhealthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. What happens to the kids made from low vibes? Well, they don't get low vibrations because that's their own choice on how they live. When we grow up, we can choose what we want to eat, who we want to hang around, what we want to do. And like when your frequency raises, the energies will leave that can't reside inside your frequency. They're like, oh, this environment is too untoxic. I gotta go. This environment. Now there's different levels of energies as well. If you're on a high level, then you get high level energy. If you're on low level, you get low level energy. But see, the interracial relationship is the personification of the war or the balance. And then the kid is the offspring. How to control emotions without suppressing them? Think, 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 think. Is this emotion going to get me paid? Is it going to make my life better if I express it? Why do I feel this way? What is it that this emotion is trying to tell me? Think like that. Is it the emotion that somebody does not value you? Why don't they value you? Do you value yourself? Did you teach them how to value you? Did you teach them your worth? Why do people get why do people get me so upset? Why don't I have patience for people? Is it because people don't have patience with you? Is it because your parent didn't have enough patience with you? Did you learn that from somewhere? Do you not know how to reason? Were you never taught to reason? Like some of this stuff is all us. Like I said, we're our own worst enemy. So we have to think about it. Like, why are we so upset? Why does this trigger us? Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you the agenda that they're pushing. Everybody got their own free will. Like I keep telling people, this is the problem. This is the problem. The problem is people keep asking instead of just making their own decision. The dependency has to stop. This is the problem. What do I do? What do I do? What am I? You want me to make your life decision for you? No, that's up to you. You choose. You choose. Break the dependency. So here, look. This is a person that you depend on, right? This is the king, the president, right? This is how the government is even structured. And here's the people right down here, right? There's all these people down here in a crowd. This is the president, the king, or the jinn, right? You have developed a handicapped dependency on Trump or whoever, Biden or whatever. As soon as they get in office, so what am I supposed to do? Shut up. What am I supposed to do? Help us, help us. This person just got to office. There's some bad kids. Look, ask myself the question, figure it out, walk away with some money. You see? Ask yourself and go walk away with some money. Because you don't, I don't care no more. If I'm this person, I'm going to tell y'all whatever y'all need to, y'all pay me my taxes. I hate paying taxes. Do what I say. Look up to me. When something go wrong, look for me. Ask me everything. Well, Mr. President, what are you going to do about this, and that? Who cares? What you going to do? You said Pentacles. Right. If I was the president, I'd be just like Donald Trump. I'm not even joking. I'm like, shut up. I don't care. Do what you got to do. Prepare yourself because I don't want to be your president. You need to get you some discipline. Cutting time, baby. I'm going golfing. Psh. He was trying to help y'all. Literally. Mr. President, shut up. Fake news. Told y'all. I will be Trump. I don't want to look like Trump, but I will act exactly like him. Shut up, y'all. Figure it out yourself. Fake news. Welcome, Kanye West. Come to my office. Let's hang out, Michael Jackson. I married a gold digger because I can. See? I mean, with the point. People think I'm crazy because I thought Trump was hilarious and funny and it was a necessary thing. And them stupid media news people on CNN, they're like, well, the president didn't do this and the president didn't do that. And what does the president think of this? Who cares? What are you going to do? Say some words and sign a paper? Appreciate you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, roses and bees. I got to go because I've been on here too long. But, at the end of the day, do your own thing. Figure your own stuff out. Before there was a president, there was people figuring stuff out for themselves. I promise you. Okay. They didn't need a president. The last president, Donald Trump, the last president for some people. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even have a president at all. Y'all seen Joe sitting at his desk? No. He'd be sitting in a little chair over there. That desk empty. Go look on Instagram. Go look at all his photos. He won't sit in that desk in the Oval Office. And then there's a picture of him looking at a TV screen with a gold circle emblem with an eagle over it. Y'all know what that's code for. He's in a sunken place. Go look at Joe Biden. Go look at POTUS Instagram. Go look at all the photos. He ain't sitting in that desk and he's in the sunken place. Period. Somebody, either we don't have a president or somebody's still the president, but he ain't there. My mom got the vaccine. Can her frequency still be raised? I have no idea. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know. I'm sure it can, but I have no idea about any of that kind of stuff. I just see what happens. I think if you keep your frequency high enough, you might could just beat it. Beat it. Like I think if you like got your frequency super high, that's why they say you gotta get the vaccine every year. Like who needs a vaccine every year? Every year? Every year. No thanks. You know what I mean? You have to stay on a high level. Mm-hmm. Can we decode the color orange over all social media? Yeah, orange is the mixed race. That's why Donald Trump was orange. It's not the mixed race. Think about Oompa Loompas on um, Oompa Loompas on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Um, so yellow is also code. I mean, orange is also code for the sacral chakra. Chakra. You said 33 orange, 6 of man. So I mean, it's all code. You can just keep going. So it's like the sacral chakra. It also like you said orange is your favorite color? Good. Yeah, I was trying to tell her not to get it, but oh well. You can't control everybody. People, this is how the dependency works. Some people believe, some people don't. You know, it's like the circle of life. It's like the predator and the prey. It's like those cows. There's like a meme going around with some cows, and this the conspiracy theorist cow says, "I think they're gonna kill us and eat us," and the other cows are laughing at him, calling him a conspiracy theorist, and then the sign on the building behind them says slaughterhouse. So it's kind of like some people believe and some people don't. And if everyone knew the truth, then the system would no longer exist. The whole matrix would end if everybody knew the truth. So that's why some people have to know, some people figure it out, some people don't know, because then the matrix would end if they knew. So if everybody woke up at the same time, the matrix will be over. The game will be over. So they don't wake up everybody at the same time or the same lifetime. And some people are going to do this and some people are going to do that. But you can't save them all. Like that would be like Neo trying to go back into the matrix and save everybody and get them to wake up. No, that Neo was searching online, Googling or whatever they did, looking for Morpheus. He was searching for the knowledge. Some people aren't searching and they don't care and they don't even know that there is knowledge to be obtained about all of this. So they just take the vaccine and hope for the best and keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So some people aren't going to wake up. Some people are. Some people are born awake. Some people not. Elon Musk say he's not taking it. I wouldn't either. Like, he don't have to take it. He has options. Mm-hmm. Seek and you shall find, right? Born awake and protected, right? And so, you know, people that watch the news versus people that do their own research are going to be two type of thinking. You're going to have two types of thinking. Usually older people or people that are brainwashed or not seeking knowledge will believe everything on the news 100% or at least 99%. They will go do what they got to do. What the news told them to do, that's what they're going to do. There's some people that laugh at the news and go do their own research. So it just is what it is. Then a year later, you may be entitled to a lawsuit. You may get $4 in this class action lawsuit. Okay. No thanks. Y'all can get that $4. I'm out. I'll see y'all later. Bye.